The Celtics, they got Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. And for all their accolades, I just watched 2 straight games. And you know what I saw at the end of those games? I saw Jaylen Brown not be able to get a shot off. And then I saw Jason Tatum also not be able to get a shot off. Jalen Brunson always gets his shots off.
That's true. It is kind of wild that it happened to each of those guys in those 2 games. Like Mikal Bridges had the play on Brown in the first game and then the play on Tatum in the second game.
And by the way, that's why you give up all these first-round picks to get players like Mikal Bridges.
That's insane, by the way. I know. He's giving you nothing like really in the scoring. I mean, he's been okay.
But you do have this is exactly why you do these deals, because the Knicks need a stop. Moment. Your series might come down to whether or not you got to stop in that moment. Like, we'll see where it goes from here, but it might come down to whether or not you get a stop in that moment. And suddenly on the court, the Knicks have OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, 2 big, strong 3-and-D wings who can switch everything. And as Tom Thibodeau explained after the game last night, that's why you get those guys, because they're strong enough to handle you if you're trying to take them to the rim, and they're good enough with their feet to move if you try to play them out on the perimeter. Those guys are valuable. They might not make all NBA teams, and they might not go in the Hall of Fame someday, but they can make winning plays at a time when you need them. And at least in the first 2 games, one of those guys, Mikal Bridges, has made massive plays in back-to-back fourth-quarter moments that has created a series that is now 2-0 headed back to Madison Square Garden. In the fourth quarters of these first 2 games in this series, the Celtics are 5 of 19 from 2. That's 26% from the field. And 4 of 26 from 3. That's 15% from the field. The Celtics have been outscored 55-33 in these fourth quarters. And in the series, Boston is now 25 of 100 from 3 in 101 minutes of basketball. 15 of 60 in game 1, 10 of 40 in game 2. So they shot fewer in game 2, but still a dreadful percentage. And that's the most obvious reason why they're now sitting in this situation where they're down 0-2. And Jason Tatum struggling. 12 of 42 from the field. That's 28.6%. He's 5 of 20 from 3. That's 25%. Couldn't get a shot off last night in the final seconds. Again, Mikal Bridges, huge defensive play that ends up securing that victory for New York. So now the Knicks are up 2-0. Game 3 set Saturday, Madison Square Garden, 2:30 Central tip, ABC. Boston is listed as a 5.5-point favorite. First, does that surprise you? And then let me ask you if this surprises you. The series is still basically a coin flip.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me because they've been up 20 points in 2 straight games. Like they choked away these games. I think they're still the better team, but they may have just screwed themselves, right?
I wouldn't even argue with you if you tried to make the case that the Celtics are better than the Knicks. But once you're down 0-2 and you're down 0-2 with 2 losses at home, I mean, you just got a math problem. I don't care how good you are.
I think that's true. Yeah, I would not pick them to win the series, but would I be shocked if they came back and won the series? No, they're the reigning champs. I think their team is better. I mean, they clearly were in the regular season. They had the Knicks number in the regular season. It looked like they had the Knicks number in both these games until they didn't.
That's right.
So they've still got stuff going for them, but to your point, like Jason Tatum, I mean, if he's not good in this series, they're not going to win.
If you're going to back Boston, you are basically betting on it can't possibly get worse, right? Like, it can't make a shot, can't score in the fourth quarter, and yet you still had 20-point leads in both these games, and the Knicks needed big plays down the stretch to even win one of those games, much less 2 of them. We're fine. And perhaps that'll be true. But my issue becomes, okay, we're fine and we're better than them, but are we so much better than them that we're about to win 4 of the next 5? Because that's what it takes now. Again, it's just a math problem. Once you're down 0-2, you've got to win 4 of the next 5 games to advance out of the series. There's no path other than at least winning 4 of the next 5. And that's a hard thing to do, even if you're better than the team you're playing, particularly when most of the games going forward, are going to be played on their court, not yours.
That's true. And, you know, I said this to you after game one, and I think it kind of applies to game two. Like, it does to me. The Knicks are just leaving it all out there. Like, those dudes look just like they are going through a war.
They look comfortable in fourth quarter situations in ways that the reigning champs, frankly, don't.
Yeah, that's true. You know, what we know is Tom Thibodeau is going to play these guys a lot. These are long series. Like, do the Knicks wear down over time throughout this series? Because that's something that has happened to them before. So could that happen in this series? I think that's a factor, honestly, in why this is still a coin flip.
And it is. Like, at FanDuel right now, the Knicks are minus 110 to win the series, and the Celtics are minus 106. So I guess technically the Knicks are slight favorites to advance out of the series, but it's basically a coin flip. And that's surprising to me. I'm not ignorant to all of the advanced metrics that show Boston's the better team, was the better team all season, led both of these games by 20, blah, blah, blah. But once you're down 0-2 with 2 losses at home, you got to win 4 of the next 5. And, yeah, you can do it, but you were walking into a situation on Saturday afternoon, buddy.
That's true.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen how much these tickets are going for, but that place is going to be on fire.
The Gary Parrish Show, live weekdays at 10 a.m.